Welcome to Classic Value Investors and Microcap Explosions. This is Mariusz Konieczny. Today I'm talking about having the right broker. You have no idea how many times I talk about an idea on Microcap Explosions or just in general, like even Oracle, and I get a bunch of comments or emails about my broker is not allowing me to buy this or that. So, for example, Oracle is trading on TSX Venture, but you can also buy it on OTC. So some people that have access to TSX Venture are able to buy the shares on TSX Venture, and some people don't have access to TSX Venture and they buy on OTC. But some brokers don't even allow you to buy on OTC. So I get comments like, well, I can't buy it. Now, I just don't understand this comment. Just get a fucking broker that allows you to access. Preferably get a broker that allows you to access the exchange directly, so you don't have to buy it on OTC, because the liquidity on OTC is a lot worse than the liquidity on the actual exchange that the particular stock is trading at. Now, we live in an age where there's no reason why you shouldn't have access to all the exchanges around the world. There's just no reason for it. And it is very expensive, or it could be very expensive, if you don't have the right broker that can get you access. Now, I personally use Interactive Brokers, and so far I didn't have any issues accessing the exchanges that I want to. Now, if in the future I get a company that Interactive Brokers doesn't give me an access, I will get a freaking broker, another brokerage account that will get me the access. The broker is not going to stop me from buying something that I want. And now I will show you in a text communication that I had with a friend how much it cost him not to have access to a broker that allowed him to buy a particular stock. Now, but before I do this, just listen to this clip by Rick Rule explaining the exact same thing.
How do you buy CGN actually as a...
Hong Kong, trades on the Hong Kong exchange. In this day and age, people that don't avail themselves of a broker that has pretty global access, that is to say, if your broker can't buy stocks in Hong Kong, if you can't buy stocks in London, the United States, Canada, Australia, get a better broker. The idea that you are more concerned about commission expense than you are access to high quality companies is, on the face of it, one of the dumbest investment philosophies I've ever seen in my life. In other words, I'm not going to buy the best companies in the space because it might cost me $60. I'm going to spend $10,000 on a crummy company because I can do it for no commission, rather than spend $10,000 on a great company because it would cost me $60. This is almost the definition of insanity.
Okay, so now let me give you an example of a friend that is a member of Microcap Explosions that made millions, by the way, on Oracle, because he's been with me for many years. And remember how last year, at the end of last year, I was screaming on this channel and I was screaming on Microcap Explosions how I found a huge opportunity that I just had to sell the tankers to buy it. And it doesn't happen very often. So after I posted it, I didn't immediately write to my friend. But then a few months later, I was thinking, did he buy it? So I sent him a text, and here's how the conversation goes. This was February 5th, 2021, just a few weeks ago. I said to him in a text, did you buy this company? And he says, I didn't. Another great call, you rock. I said, so obviously he didn't, right? And at that point that I'm writing this, the stock already doubled, okay, from the point that I wrote about it. I said, you want to miss another Oracle? He asks, it's not too late? I said, oh my God. So OMG. He says, I'll buy Monday. I've been adding to Oracle too. I said, why didn't you buy already? Why didn't you buy already? Is it because you listened to some of the conversations that people were arguing about it? He says, I didn't research it yet. Was on my list. I said, during the entire 2020, this company's stock traded 30 million shares. During the last 9 sessions, it traded 30 million shares, which is the entire volume for 2020. The float is only about 75 million shares. Insiders own the rest. This thing is going to go another 2x within weeks. He says, thanks brother, I'll buy Monday. Then we stopped the conversation, and so that was February 5th. Then I text him again on February 11th. Did you buy it? He says, I couldn't buy it through Schwab. He couldn't buy it through Schwab. So I said, so you're just gonna watch it rocket? He says, I'm buying Oracle instead. I said, how many ideas did I text you directly about? Not many, so get a clue about this one. He sends me a heart. Thank you for the heart, by the way. Thanks, brother. Does buying more Oracle count for anything? I said, what? He says, you're mad because I didn't buy it. At least I'm buying Oracle instead. I said, I don't care if you buy it. You're not buying it because you are either not convinced or you don't understand it. I just want to set you straight because I don't want to hear you cry when it goes another 10x or 20x in 12 months. He says, Schwab doesn't let me buy it. I called the helpline and they were looking into it. And then we just go on, and he shows me the screen, right? So he's not buying it because his broker doesn't allow him to buy it. So then I finally say, like, he sends me a picture of the error message that Schwab is sending him, and I said, too bad. So then, February 22nd, by that time, it doubled again, okay? It doubled again. So it went 4x from the time that they put it up. He doesn't buy it at the beginning because he doesn't have access to the broker. Then when I tell him about it, he still doesn't buy it because he doesn't have access to, or his broker doesn't allow him to buy it. So the thing goes 4x, okay? And so then on February 22nd, I said, look at it. He says, unreal, you're a magician. No, I'm not a magician, okay? There's certain instances in your life when you find something and you just have to own it. You cannot sleep and you have to get it. That's what it was. That's why I was screaming. But it just amazes me that people will not buy something because they don't have the right broker. So now, how much did it cost him not to have the right broker? Now, considering that he has at least 1 million shares of Oracle, at least, because he was buying when it was like 7 cents. So his Oracle position is about $2 million. Okay? Now, if we assume that he has other things, right? And if we assume if he could put 10% of 10% of 2 million into something like this, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying he should sell it, but I'm just saying probably based on his net worth, it's reasonable to say that he could have put in 200,000 into it if he had the right broker when I first talked about it, right? So 200,000 4x goes to, you know what, let's do the math. Instead of 200,000, let's say 250,000 to have a nice figure. So 250,000 4x, $1 million, okay? So he left $750,000 on the table because he didn't have a fucking broker that allowed him to buy the stock. How fucking crazy is that? So the message from me to you is get a fucking broker that allows you to access international exchanges such as TSX Venture, Hong Kong, OTC, whatever, because there's opportunities out there that you don't want to miss because you are worried about your commission being $200 or $60 instead of $6 or zero with Robinhood. That's ridiculous. Get a fucking broker that you can get access to these exchanges, or it will cost you a lot more in the long run.